This is a mirror transmission. This is a spoken companion to a written piece. The text is working through clarity and structure. This audio works through tone, pacing, and silence. They are not meant to match word for word. They meet as mirrors. You don't need to follow the words. Let them pass through and notice what remains aware. Surrender, mirror, truth. The mechanics of immediate awakening, without belief and without hierarchy. True surrender is not submission. It is the moment the inner argument stops. Not because it was resolved, but because it ran out of fuel. Surrender begins where resistance no longer makes sense. Not because life suddenly looks pleasant or fair, but because the fight against what is collapses under its own weight. In that collapse, something quiet becomes available. It's not mystical nor dramatic. It's just unmistakably present. This is where awakening actually starts. Not as an achievement, a belief system, new identity. No. Nothing like that. Nothing like something called the awakened one. Just simple absence. The simple absence of inner friction. Surrender is not passivity. It is often misunderstood as giving up, agreeing, or approving of circumstances. But it's none of those. Surrender is the cessation of internal commentary that says, this should not be happening. You may still act, speak. You may still change circumstances. But the compulsive narrator, the one that insists reality must justify itself, that one, it falls silent. In that silence, action becomes clean. No controller, no manager, no spiritual costume. Just movement arising from stillness. The mirror principle is this: nothing is added, yet everything is revealed. The mirror does not teach, it reflects. This is why it is so effective and sometimes also so uncomfortable. The mirror offers no comfort stories, no spiritual hierarchy, no promise of becoming better later. It simply shows what is already operating. Thoughts, beliefs, identifications, resistance. When suffering is present, the mirror does not ask why, in a psychological sense. It is asking a much sharper question, really. That question is, who is aware of this experience right now, in this moment, right here, right now? Not who understands it, not who can explain it, but who is aware of it. Who is aware of it? That question is not meant to be answered conceptually. Any conceptual answer misses the point. The question is a blade, and it cuts attention away from the story and back to the seeing itself. And when that happens, something subtle but decisive is shifting. Truth is not a position. Truth is not about being right, not about winning arguments, or about choosing the correct worldview, dimension, timeline, or even political side. Truth is what remains when interpretation drops. The meaning we give to anything. At every level of consciousness, 3D, 4D, or any other label that people enjoy using, the impulse is the same, to share what is seen. That impulse is natural, but it does not mean one must save, awaken, correct, or protect others. There is really no mission to fix the dream. There's only noticing that it is a dream. And once that is seen, sharing no longer comes from urgency or superiority. It's coming from resonance. You speak because you speak, not because someone must change. There is no desired outcome, no hierarchy, no teachers, no dependency. Immediate awakening does not require gurus, initiations, lineages, or approval. Anything that creates dependency only delays recognition. And that's not because teachers are wrong, but because truth can really not be outsourced. Nobody can own truth. The moment someone becomes an authority over your seeing, the mirror is obscured. The direct path is simple, but not easy for the mind. Stop trying to improve the person. Stop negotiating with experience. Stop waiting for a future state. And notice what is aware now. That awareness is not personal. It was present before the story of me, and it will remain when the story ends. The mechanics are really impersonal. Awakening is not moral. It is not spiritual in the decorative sense, and it's not a reward. It is mechanical, precise. Resistance creates friction. Friction creates suffering. Seeing ends resistance, not by force, but by irrelevance. It is really, really smart, intelligent. When this is seen clearly, fear loses its authority. Not because fear disappears, but because it is no longer believed. Creation then shifts, not through effort, but through perception. You stop creating from fear and start creating from clarity. Not as a practice, but as a consequence. This is not a path. It's a pause. Nothing needs to be accumulated. Nothing needs to be purified. Nothing needs to be transcended later. Just this. A pause in the inner argument. A softening of the grip. A willingness to see without conclusion. that pause is enough. Everything else is commentary. There is nothing to conclude, nothing to carry forward. If something in you softened while listening, well, that did not come from the words. The words only pointed. Now notice what is aware. Notice what is aware now that the pointing has stopped. No instruction, no next step. Just this. Whatever is aware right now was here before this began. The mirror doesn't close, it simply stops speaking.